It's amazing to me, actually. It just dawned on me, which is maybe I'm daft and I'm just stupid, but I'm like, man, doesn't that sound like what we do today? Because what they did is you can come into the church and you don't have to change a thing. As a matter of fact, we'll adapt to you and we'll just accept you and how you are, and you don't have to change a thing. No repentance required.
Yeah.
Bring your goddesses and your gods with you.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound familiar?
I mean, it's
new ways to do this oldest sins.
That's right.
Like you always say. So, yes. And I do not believe it was at the Council of Nicaea that we started just determining what was canon. I think that was at another, I forget that event. Trent, Council of Trent, I think is where we maybe started determining canon.
Isn't that a thing that shoots a big ball?
Do what? Yes, exactly. And that's when we had Barnum and Bailey's first started operating.
Sweet.
The canon. No, I think Council of Trent is probably way too far down the line. They might have solidified whatever, but
it was I can't.
There was a Synod of Rome, several synods in there that they got together, and they were trying to determine what was going to be and not be in the Bible.
That's another thing. That's who says.
Yeah, we had a good conversation on this on Friday too. Of who determines what's going to be in and what's going to be out?
Pagans.
Well, ultimately, because you got to think, if you're going to let them in the church, they're going to wind up being in positions of power. I would guess at some point, right? That's just what always happens.
Yeah,
and that's how you wind. Human beings are just. We're like carbon copy, it's like running a bunch of morons, lemmings through a copying machine.
Yeah.
We just go further down the line, we get more technology and we just make copies quicker. But that's basically what happens.
Thief.
So if you exactly. Yeah. And you put pizza in your wallet. Yes. But if you look at what happens, look at what's happening now. Yeah. I can't fathom the same thing didn't happen then.
No,
you've let them in the church. Now you've given them the doors open.
Yeah.
Their foot is in the door. Right. We have sin has entered the room unaddressed, and now we go one further. Not only do we not address it, but then we completely turn a blind eye to it. And in some cases even encourage it. And then once we start to do that, then more people come into the church. And now those people overrule the people who should have stood up in the first place. And now sin is just rampant in the church. And then we start changing doctrine to match what is okay. Right. Sin is okay in these particular instances. And then we wind up having a fracture of the church.
Yeah.
Right. We just had another huge schism in the Methodist church because of this very thing. We let sin get in the door. We didn't close the door on sin and throw it out when it was in our midst, call it out and throw it out.
Yeah.
And here we are.
I think, I know we're probably way off on what we were.
Not really. Because it's all, we're seeing the same things today.
Yeah. There's some people that I see on social media. They're not famous. They're just people I know. And they bring things up and I feel for them because they have their knowledge is little to none.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see what they say or something, I hold, I don't judge them.
Yeah.
And I feel for them. And I'm like, how can I say something,
Yeah.
And, of encouragement. That should be where we're at. When you see somebody, a fellow human being that's just, they want to know something, they want to learn something, but other fellow human beings are acting like total idiots.
Yeah.
And kill under the guise of Christians.
Yeah.
And we've said it. I don't want to say I'm a Christian.
No, it's been sullied so bad now that I don't want to even identify with the term.
Yeah, it's we should be Christ followers.
Yeah.
Well, and because paganism has got in, we could even throw Christian nationalism as paganism.
Ooh, Ben.
And the people that follow the party that's in charge.
Yeah.
They might as well. A lot of people think he is God or Christ
Yeah,
returns.
it's crazy to me.